We are in the comedic romantic novel, Charming After 5. And we're on chapter 15. The work week is over and Saturday evening has arrived. Jonathan hasn't seen Quinn at all at work or at the bistro since that Wednesday. No surprise visits from her in his office, no orders given, no interference at all. They were able to make some real progress on organizing the files, and now it is their date night. Jonathan is excited as he walks into Joey's bistro. The place is buzzing. He looks surprised to see so much activity at the place. It's like the restaurant has a whole different vibe on the weekends. Bernie strolls in a minute later. He had stayed outside to gain his composure in case Stacy had already arrived. And he made sure that he had gotten the night off, but only after promising to work the next 3 Saturdays in a row. Due to his great cooking and revenues going up, his boss didn't want to lose him, so he complied. Compliments were showered down on him within minutes of the first few orders that he had sent out across the counter. He feels as though he's won a Michelin star. The guys walk over to the bar area to wait. Jonathan spots Stacy walking in through the doors. He motions her over and introduces Bernie. Stacy, this is my oldest and best friend, Bernie Noland. Bernie, this is Stacy Babes, my first and only assistant. Jonathan smiles. There is an instant chemistry between the two of them, and Jonathan can tell both of his friends are very happy to meet one another. But oddly enough, they both start laughing, and so Jonathan is quite confused by the apparent joke that has been made, though no words have been said. Bernie smiles. So, we meet again. Wait, what? Jonathan is curious. You two have met before? Why didn't you tell me, Bernie? Jonathan is thrown by this news. Remember me telling you about a girl at the store when I was trying on tuxes? Well, here she is. Bernie waves over at Stacy. Stacy is smiling as well. She had really liked the gentleman in the store, but had been afraid to say anything and had let the moment pass. She is very happy that she's had another chance now. I am very pleased to know that this has turned out this way, and I'm really happy that it's you, Bernie. Jonathan can't believe how it all occurred, but he's happy for them. Bernie and Stacy step aside and start talking while Jonathan watches the door for Quinn. It's 6:30 and he's getting worried. Finally she arrives. She takes his breath away with her new dress. It's a shimmering pink and her hair's not up in a tight knot like she wears it most days at work, or in a loose bun that's kind of straggly that he's seen after work there at Joey's, but it is down around her shoulders, long, silky, and flowing. Finn says nothing at first. She is just staring at Jonathan. He is gorgeous in his tux, she thinks. Very handsome man. She had been so preoccupied with Quinn's orders and info about him that she really hadn't stopped to look at him that closely before. And he hadn't been in a tux. She thinks to herself, oh my, this could be a problem. She is really attracted to Jonathan and has to make herself snap out of it. She has a job to do for her sister. She has to do it for Quinn. And she has to be as Quinn. She finds her voice and coolly says, hello. That's it. That's all she can muster at the moment, with his eyes focused on her. Here, for you. I feel so underdressed compared to you, even with this tux. You look absolutely stunning. Jonathan reaches to pin on the corsage. Why, thank you, Finn replies. It's lovely. They stand there in awkward silence, and Jonathan hears Bernie clear his throat. Forgive me, will you? Yes, this is my friend. My best friend since grade school, actually, Bernie Noland. Bernie, Quinn, Herald. And of course, you already know Stacy. Jonathan makes their introductions. Bernie says, "Hey, I've heard a lot about you from John here." And then he sees the daggers going out of Jonathan's eyes, and it's that he's throwing at him. Finn ignores the comment, but looks at Bernie closely. "I think I sort of know you. Don't you work here?" "Best Baja burger ever, I'd say." Stacy again looks at him confused. "You work here, Bernie? I thought John would have told you that." "Yes, I started working here just this week." Bernie looks over at Jonathan and gives him a "What's up?" "I didn't think about it, honestly. I figured that was your business to tell her when you two were getting to know each other better." Jonathan tried to defend himself. "That's understandable, Jonathan," Stacy assures him. "No problem. And he just started, right? How about we get on with this evening?" Jonathan suggests. "Stacy, where are we going?" "Well, you know things fell apart after Lauren bailed on us. We had planned to go to dinner and then to the opera. Well, let's just say the dinner reservations were never really made and the opera tickets were not actually purchased in time. And I found out they sold out. I should have told you before tonight, but we've been so busy at work this week, and I have been trying to find a way to purchase them for myself on the market, but with no luck. I'm sorry, Jonathan." "I see." Jonathan begins to sweat. He doesn't want to disappoint his lovely date, who is looking at him with a question in her eyes. "Did you say Lauren, as in Lauren Reynolds from work? She was supposed to be your date, John?" Finn is very curious as to how this transpired, but she can't act too interested or upset. As Quinn, Stacy jumps in and comes to Jonathan's rescue. "Honestly, Jonathan wanted to ask you first. I'm the one who suggested Lauren. You were his first choice, though, really. I just thought you being his boss and all." Jonathan is torn. Why did she say that? She turns to Jonathan and she goes, "Could you help me out here a little bit? What happened with Lauren? Why did she back out on this date if she was so desperate to go out with you?" Bernie hasn't heard Lauren's reasonings. Jonathan laughed. "A complete misunderstanding, but I didn't mind it at all when she bailed." He smiles at Quinn. "Not at all." And he was speaking to Finn, but assumed he's speaking to Quinn. "I'll tell you what happened. Lauren actually thought Jonathan and I were developing feelings for each other, and in an awkward moment she stepped into the office and she thought that we were actually going to dump her and you, Bernie, and have you go off by yourself and we start an evening with each other and start a relationship with each other. Silly, isn't it?" Stacy shyly explained. Bernie's ears perked up. "What would make Lauren think that? Now I have to wonder." "She saw Jonathan comforting me one day when I had some doubts about some things going on, and she totally misread what she saw." Stacy can only hope Bernie believes her. Jonathan now desperately tries to salvage the night. "Bernie, you know I'm not interested in Stacy other than as co-worker and friend. So let's just get back to planning our evening, shall we?" Stacy jumps in. "Okay, there is the option of staying here. I didn't know you were working here though now, Bernie, so that might not be so much fun for you for this evening. Anyway, I was thinking we could just stay here and chat and get to know each other better." Finn points to Bernie. "I don't mean to be rude, but if he isn't behind the counter, I'm not going to eat here." "Why, thank you, Pink Lady. I got to be requested to train a few of the guys in the kitchen, but obviously I haven't had much time yet. They're not quality yet. Bernie, since you are the chef among us, where do you suggest that we go to eat? Finn inquires. It would probably be packed, but what about the Dream downtown? Bernie suggests. I love that place, and I've been there a few times myself. Finn is very happy about his choice. Jonathan is somewhat surprised. He has tried to picture Quinn outside of what he has come to know about her, and she is constantly surprising him. He would have never dreamed she would have wanted to go to Dream downtown. Stacy becomes like a little kid bursting with excitement, jumping up and down. Can we? I've never been there. It is really nice. I have sung there a couple of times, actually. Finn lets it slip and calmly states the truth. But she doesn't even realize it. So, are we going? Let's do this. She heads out for the door, not even realizing her Finn comment rendered everyone else speechless. They turn to each other, wondering. The others' mouths are dropped open. No one knows what to say. They exit the building and stand on the sidewalk. Bernie offers, I'll hail the cab.